Alright, I got a camera, I got a poncho in case it rains, I got sunglasses, I got snacks, I got water, I got my trusty Samas, and a whole lot of energy. We're going hiking. Y'all, today I am hiking at Rattlesnake Lodge. I have not had a chance to go out and do anything super adventurous in the last couple of weeks, so I figured, you know, I may as well go out and do something. So I'm gonna go hike a local spot in the mountains here in Asheville. Rattlesnake Lodge was at one point a summer home for the family of rich doctor, Dr. something, I don't know, Ambler, Dr. Ambler. And then I think it burned down in like the 1920s. Now it's just a bunch of ruins, but there's a bunch of stuff there. You can kind of go hike around the grounds and see what it used to look like. So I'm gonna go check that out and see what we can do. We're gonna hike the Mountain of Sea Trail up. It's about 1.5 miles there, 1.5 miles back. I'm hoping it takes a couple hours. It looks a little stormy out, so I brought my umbrella. I lied, I don't have a poncho, but I did bring an umbrella. It's kind of humid out actually, but I feel like it's also kind of about to rain. I might have just heard some thunder, maybe just felt a raindrop. Got a umbrella. These mountain storms can be kind of crazy sometimes, but like, I don't know. It doesn't seem that bad so far. The thunder is really far away, if at all. It's really pretty though. Like, look at this view. I've been hiking for like 10 minutes and I'm already getting great views on the mountains here. I love this place. It's kind of got like really dark. It's really dark. And granted, I am hiking under a pretty thick canopy, but it just got dark. We may be in for a storm. Let's, I think I'm gonna keep going though. I kinda wanna do this. I don't really feel like going back out and shooting this tomorrow, so we're gonna go do this. There were a bunch of other cars in the parking lot, so we're not the only people out here. I guess we'll all like band together to find some shelter if we need to. We'll see. Started to come out. Maybe we won't get rained on after all. This might turn into a really good day. All right, it's thundering around me, but it's very sunny, and on top of that, I believe I have gotten to the first part of the lodge area. So number one, I didn't realize this, but the road there, the trail we've been hiking up is actually was the actual road that was made up to the cabin, and it was made 4 feet wide so that like horse-drawn carriages couldn't get up it to keep it private. So you would have to like go down to basically where I parked the car and meet a carriage there to get back to Asheville, which is kind of cool. But I'm here at the cow barn, which is the first bit here. It's just like a foundation. Looks like people have camped in here. Like I said, we're along the Mountain to Sea Trail, which means the Mountain to Sea Trail was actually built on the old wagon road. Well, not wagon road, the old road up to the lodge. But I imagine this is probably a place where some thru hikers have been camping, something like that. Yeah, and just up there I think is the rest of the lodge. To the lodge. I'm definitely getting the feeling that this lodge area, since it's all this flat stuff from when it was a summer home, is probably a place where a lot of people are through hiking and then camping for the night. Because here is another built up fire pit. There's a little creek running over here. If you go down that trail down there, you'll find it, but it's just down in there. I don't know, you probably can't hear it or see it, but you can hear it. But yeah, this is gorgeous. I'm gonna look at this map I pulled up and see if I can't figure out what's what around here and give you all a little tour. Okay, so I figured it out. Right now I'm standing in the yard. That's where this fireplace is. So this is the yard. And then up through those trees over there, up through those trees is the house. Back kind of, actually right where this sign is apparently right where the house is. So it's back through here. Yeah, so this was the lodge area here. I'm guessing that was like a fireplace, so that, or maybe that was the step, because you can see there's more stuff back over here. Yeah, so there's more stuff. I don't know. Let's see. Here, let's go. I'm watching out for poison ivy because it's everywhere here, and I am very allergic. Yeah, I'm standing kind of in where the house was here. There's like rock piles everywhere. You can see it was kind of built in the wood into there. There's more trails. Not sure what that was, but it was something. So this is the house I'm standing in now. Oh, spider web. Yum. I get a spider on me. Anyway, yeah, and then over back this way, I'm gonna walk right up over this way, well, you can go up the hill, like up over there, and there's tennis courts up there. I'm gonna see if I can figure out where that trail is in a second, but it's up there somewhere. Over here was the spring house where they kept all like the meats and stuff like that. It had a spring that like ran through it and actually really kept it cool in there, so they could actually preserve stuff in there. And then here's the trail to the tennis courts. Found that. This is interesting. I think this was like the well back here, or the spring house. This might be the spring house actually. And that might have been a tool shed back there. It's a cool tree over here to climb though. So you can climb this tree too. That's another thing you can do. We're gonna go up to the tennis court and see what that looked like. Oh, that was quite a hike. That was up a very steep hill. That's the tennis courts. So be a bit hard to play tennis now. But, yeah, they're like built up on top of a wall, and I think they run this way. So we're kind of standing right here in the middle of them. Yeah, so I'm gonna hike back down to the lodge and set up a little snack spot here, and maybe talk a little bit about how this lodge came to be, why it burned, why it's in ruins now, all this kind of stuff up here. Okay, so I was gonna sit actually in the yard at the lodge and kind of talk a little bit about the lodge and kind of some of the stuff I found out, but I got a notification on my phone, which doesn't have very good signal, so I'm impressed it got through, that we have a severe thunderstorm warning or a special weather statement or something like that. And like I said, I don't have very good signal, so I can't really look and see exactly what it is. But I think at this point it might be time to start moving back down the trail. So I'm gonna kind of talk about it as I walk back. So basically what I found out was that this lodge was built by Chase Ambler, Dr. Chase Ambler from Asheville in like 1904 to 1906, something like that. It was like kind of like I said, the summer home for his wife and 3 kids until like 1918. And what happened was in 1918 his wife passed away actually, and so he never returned back to the lodge after that. And it kind of sat empty and unused for 2 years until he sold it in 1920. Now he sold it in 1920, and then in 1926 it burned down. And since then, the properties kind of exchanged hands for quite a while, until I think the 50s or 60s, something like that. The Blue Ridge Parkway actually bought the property and now owns it, so it's protected. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's a lot more stuff we didn't see that I was gonna go investigate after I finished snacking, but with that weather statement thing, I'm kind of thinking it's probably not worth it, and that I'm gonna head back down to the car. So that's kind of the next move. I'm going to link the information about this trail, like how to get here, like the history of it, everything like that, in the description. So go ahead and check that if you're interested in coming out to check this out. It's called Rattlesnake Lodge. You can also Google it. It's all over, because it's actually a really super easy day hike. Like it's been, I think, 2 hours, I think, and that was plenty of time hanging out at the lodge and stuff. It's a cool spot to come and hang out for sure. I completely forgot to mention, is actually super important to the whole story, is how did it get the name Rattlesnake Lodge? As you might guess, that's because there were a whole lot of rattlesnakes. Basically what I read was that there were 41 rattlesnakes killed on that property in the first couple years, and all the skins were put up on the roof of the lodge, and so they named it Rattlesnake Lodge for that reason, and that's how it gets its name. Now back to fleeing the storms. We got back to the switchbacks, which means we're 2/3 the way back, and it has not started pouring on us yet, though it's been trying to. Oh my god, y'all, I just saw like one of the longest, biggest, thickest black snakes I've seen in a long time. Thank God it wasn't a rattlesnake or something else, because I did not see it until I was like basically on top of it. That would not have been good. Oh my lord, my heart is beating. I don't like snakes. I don't like snakes at all. Yeah, so that's what I'm up against. It's a nice view, I'll give them that. Mean looking storm. Alright, I'm back in the car. That was a cool hike. Exciting little thing trying to avoid those storms. But made it back fine. I think I'm gonna call this one here. And because I do not want to have to film if it's raining or something like that, which I'm probably about to hit. So, and I'm my camera's about to die. So we've hit the limit anyway. So I'm gonna call this one here, I think, and I'll see y'all next time.